What you saying?
Nothing. Just here.
How's it been going with you, man? Because I ain't spoken to you in a while on camera anyway.
Been alright. Same both. Back to work now. So
Okay, so you guys are like having to go into work.
yeah, I went back last week Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Because obviously they were saying something about June 15th or something for everyone, innit?
Yeah, but apparently my job comes under essential key work. Not really call it essential workers
Yeah.
because of one department they have in the store.
It's mad,
Because
man.
of the home department. So that's why they open back up already.
Oh,
Doing quite good because the people in the store every day, quite a few people in the store.
kind of gets you out the house though, innit? So I bet you're used to just staying indoors and all that.
Yeah, that's the bright side. So at least you can leave the house. But at the same time, I'm not used to it no more.
Yeah.
I'm used to getting up late, go to bed late, and not doing nothing but go to work.
That's mad, man. But yo, fam, without further ado, man, let's get straight into this one, bro, because there's nothing else that's worth speaking about, especially what's happening with the world right now, bro. I'm not talking about the pandemic of COVID-19. I'm talking about the pandemic that's killing all black people, man. Racism. It's mad, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sure, like, obviously, if you haven't seen already, you've either been under a rock or you're just choosing to ignore what's happening on the news and the protests across the world, man. But I thought, you know what, I'll give ourselves a time to, discuss what happened over in America, innit, with George Floyd being killed by the police and kind of break it down, not just the incident itself, but obviously where it stems from, our thoughts on it really, and how we feel, because I feel like it's right for us, obviously, as black people, to have these conversations, innit?
Yeah.
Like, not only educate ourselves, but obviously educate the people around us. Because I feel like it starts like people, you and me, like having conversations about these things and highlighting it, man. Not just speaking about it today, but speaking about it 5 years, 10 years from now, and making sure that it's not like a trend that just happens for a moment and then we all move on with our lives, innit? So with that being said, man, I'm sure you've seen the video of, was it Monday the 25th of May, I believe? Let me just get the correct date because I don't want to... Yeah, it was last week, Monday the 25th of May. Well, obviously, we've all seen the video that circulated on social media of George Floyd being killed by that police officer, that racist police officer. What I want to know is, what was your thoughts, obviously, seeing that video unfold on social media? Like, what did you think?
Well, when I see it on the social media, I think first I seen was either YouTube or Instagram. I can't remember which one it was, but I've seen it pop up my screen.
Yeah.
So I clicked on the video. And when I clicked on it, I'm not normally like a person to be like weird about certain videos or feel uncomfortable. But when I seen that one, I found it uneasy.
Yeah.
Because all it was, he went to the shop to go cash in the check. The person assumed it was a fraud check, a bad check. Next thing you know, you have him on the floor, begging for air to breathe. And what I think was the power hurt for me or people the most was the last thing he said was, "I want my mum."
Do you know what, Randall? Before we really dive into it, do you still have your other overhead headphones? Because I feel like the sound quality is like really distorted. So I'm struggling to hear you properly.
Nah, I haven't got them on me at the moment.
Oh, you haven't? Okay, cool. So just try as much as you can. Try to use the computer audio if you can. But sorry, go on. What was you saying?
Yeah. Nah, I said the worst part about it was for me is when the last word he said was, "I want my mum."
Yeah.
I remember it's actually adult grown ass, like big man, everything, and went to fight for his mum.
Yeah.
The last stage of his life was a bit heartbreaking, to be honest, not gonna lie. I think it's just disgraceful, just disgusting.
Yeah.
Because when I watched it, I think you could handle it a lot better than that. You could ask him the right question, for the right protocols, you want to the ground.
Yeah.
Put his face under the car and really on his neck for a good 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, it's like we've seen this time and time again. Though it's like we've seen black people get killed by the hands of the police, not even because of not necessarily the crimes they've committed, yeah, but because of the color of their skin. They choose to always take the violent way because they feel like they're threatened, or they go OTT on certain situations just because the guy's black. So
George Floyd is what is his death is what brought the camel back in the sense of, as you said, it's gone on for years. It's nothing new, but this time around, people finally had him off of it, really. Just you can't really have to forget somebody for color of their skin. It's not their fault they're black. At the same time, though, it should be a problem to be black.
Yeah.
In this day and age.
Like, I'll give a brief breakdown. So obviously, what happened was the police were called on Monday the 25th of May, to apparently someone using a fake, or George Floyd was apparently using a fake $20 bill to purchase some goods from the shop, yeah?
Yeah.
So when he went, the thing is, when he went to use that $20 bill, apparently saying it was counterfeit, so they didn't cash it or use it, yeah? And no goods were given to him, nothing was purchased, he didn't steal anything, he didn't do anything out of sort, yeah? He just ended up leaving the shop. And that's when he went to his car, that's where the police got approached, and they put him straight in cuffs and kind of dragged him out of his car. So on an initial police report, what they said was he resisted arrest, and obviously that's what led to the whole fiasco of him being put on the ground and having the knee to his neck, yeah?
The worst thing about that is later on the video shows that he was a resisted arrest.
Yeah. So I was going to get to that. So that's what led to the whole fiasco. So, like, just before we move on to the whole him being pinned down to the ground, I always ask myself this question, just watching back the video all the time, like, had all of that happened if that was a white person?
Oh, no.
Had all of that happened?
Oh, no.
Because, like, how many times have, like you and I and people in general, go to the shop sometimes, like, you might go to Bossman shop, for example, and then, like, he might give you a change, and then he might pass you slide you that 20 euro by accident, or, like, a 5 pence or something that looks dodgy. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes you might go cash point, and then your note might not look, like, they might look at it and think, oh, let me just put the quick pen on it, yeah? Like, I feel like the whole situation didn't even warrant the police to even come down. Like, especially if he didn't take anything from the shop.
You don't need so many police officers for one person for a bad money or check what you call it. It's one guy, and you have so many people to arrest him and take him down.
I feel like for me it stems all the way from the shop, the shop assistant, yeah, who's saying that it's policy to call police if a counterfeit note is seen.
But my question is, though, when I watched it, is, okay, you say that's protocol, okay, cool. But why is it after you realize the money was a counterfeit, though? But during the course of the whole thing, you were dead adamant saying, yes, the money is counterfeit, fake. But later on, now you found out the money was actually fine. So how did you get there? That's my question.
For me, it's like the whole thing stemmed from them calling the police on something so minor, especially if they didn't take. I don't see the whole point of calling the police if the person didn't take anything. I understand if he offered the money and he walked out with stuff that, he didn't purchase, because he used fake money. I get that. Call the police if you need to, yeah. But if he went and didn't take anything, you refuse to sell him stuff, what's the need of you calling the police? Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, that's question, isn't it? The shopkeeper, or as it said the money's counterfeit.
Yeah. So
that's why the person called the police.
Mm-hmm.
So later on, after the whole tragic incident happened, now he passed away, and after they found out that the money wasn't counterfeit, and it's actual legit money. How does somebody get that wrong There's not no difference between real and fake money.
Bro, it's not even that. I think they rushed into the decision calling the police because it's a black man. That's what it is. Like, how many times did you go shops?
I'm saying that they're messed up because you can't first say the money cut off it, call police, and after my man dies, say the money was cut off it. That's where the trouble starts from. But if the person has done their job correctly, then we got so far, and also the police took advantage of the situation because, I wear the badge, I can do what I want. That's how life works. The stuff you do in life, it don't matter who you are, there's always repercussion. So from George Floyd dying, that's repercussion. Some people may not agree with it, some people may not, but it's been going on so long now, people got sick of not being heard, not being seen.
I think it's a routine thing for police in America. Is like when they are called to something and it's involving a black person, it's like their routine is put him on cuff and rough him up instantly without asking questions. Like, that whole situation didn't need for them to even put him on cuffs. Like, question him.
The fight if I hit you first and say you were resisting, then put you in cuffs. Really?
No, that for
in the handcuffs, because regardless, man, if it was a Caucasian man or female, whatever, you think they pin him down on the floor, they'll say, excuse me, sir, so and so, I was informed by the shopkeeper, so and so. But as a black man, you don't get that privilege.
You don't. It's like you're put straight in cuffs without even, like, I'm sure you've seen that video of them 3 boys in London that were just stopped and searched by police. Yeah. Yo, you back? Can you hear me? Yeah, you're back. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think we had a technical glitch. I'm sure you've seen the video of the 2 black boys and a white boy in London not too long ago, where they were pulled out of the Tesco line, and the 2 black boys were put in cuffs and being searched, while the white boy just stood there and they were questioning him normal. Yeah. It's just
what happened, and the 2 young black boys had handcuffs on.
Again, it's just testament to how police treat black people so differently, man. But it's common knowledge, innit? And it's something that we've known and lived with. But just to kind of get back to what happened with George Floyd, so they said that he resisted arrest. And then shortly later, that's where we've seen the viral clip of him having his knee on his neck by that police officer, Derek Chauvin. And he kept his knee on there for about 8 minutes, 46 seconds. And the thing is, like, he lost consciousness, like, within them 8 minutes, 2 minutes within those 8 minutes, he lost consciousness and he died on the scene. But they've passed it off as in, like, he died, like, at the hospital. They pronounced him dead.
Yeah, pronounced him dead.
So,
man, sorry. If you're holding someone's neck with your hands or your knee in it, that person can't breathe. I don't care if you're playing or not playing, that person can't breathe. So
this beggars the question, it's like, obviously shortly after, like, there was a week of nothing. Let's just put that in perspective, He got killed on a Monday, There was a week of nothing. And then the riot started because the whole world was looking, thinking, okay, that is bright as daylight. That video is so HD, bro, that I can see the wrinkles on the guy's forehead as he's pressing him down.
There's no way around it. You have to do something about it, but nothing happened then.
Deep this year, the video was so clear, bro. Like, I can see the wrinkles on this guy's forehead, bro. Like, that's how clear it was, And there was a week of nothing. The world looked and thought, okay, what's going to happen because he killed this guy? Like, there's no 2 ways about it. It's supposed to be an open and shut case. Do you get me? And then that's when the riots kicked off.
Because, what was it? Whose lawyer was it? I think it was the family's lawyer. I'm not sure who it was. But he said, the prosecute the police officer just said, it's one of the things, it's quite hard to convict the officer. And I was like, I'm thinking, Yeah, it could be that, and it could be because he's not black. That's why. If it was a black guy, and he got convicted in it long time ago. Let's be honest. Innit?
So a week of nothing happened, yeah, and then the riots start because people noticed, boom, nothing's happening. There's going to be another black guy that gets killed by the police, and nothing happens, and the world turns a blind eye. We'll move on like nothing's happened. So riots kicked off because people's had nothing. So because of the people kicking off, they were forced into arresting these guys like a week or so later, which they've labelled and said it's the quickest they've ever had to arrest and charge a police officer. And to begin with, they've arrested just that one guy. The one guy
must have fired at home chilling on the sofa.
And then they've pressed him with third degree charges of manslaughter.
It was mean manslaughter.
So basically, it's like he didn't mean to kill him.
Mean to do it. Unintentional.
So third degree. So, and then that's when the riots and the protests went off. I shouldn't even call it riots because it was some of the ignorant ones that kind of took advantage of what the protesting meant to the people. So, and at the same time, like, I'm not a person who, I don't advocate. I don't put my hand up and say, yo, people go riot, go mash up shops and do all of that. I don't do that. I don't advocate it. But at the same time, I'm not against it either, because I'm saying, like, I get people's frustrations. I get why people are doing it. Like, that's the like, if a certain group of people have been taking the piss out of black people for the longest, killing their moms, dads, brothers, and everybody, like all their ancestors, like there's a time that the people are just like, you know what, enough is enough. Let's stand up together, and however they voice their frustrations is how they voice it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then there's a lot more people that were doing a peaceful protest. Like, a good example of that is the one in like the UK, the one in lots of parts in America where people are kneeling, making their voices heard. And as a result of that, obviously, what happened now is all of them have been brought into custody and being charged. The main officer got put up to second degree, and the others got charged with, let me just double check, witnessing and assisting murder.
Basically, assisting the murder they got charged for.
So witnessing,
they got charged for being there and like it happened.
Which has a sentence of up to 40 years, which they're looking at the moment. But he's second degree, we don't know. Huh?
40 years. It should be a bit more, but it took man's life, innit?
So that happened. But then, just looking at this whole thing, man, I was just looking at it thinking, like, look how powerful like black people are when they decide to come together and step for change, man. Because this has gone global. Like, even people in the UK, Australia, France, Denmark, like bare parts of the world are coming out to demonstrate together and show support. But that all comes from like something mad happening, and then black people coming together as people, and just you've seen celebrities out on road walking with people without security. Donating their money.
Recently, I've seen Kiki Palmer. She was at a protest this week, and she was like talking to one of the army people, military, and she was saying, "Walk with us, show that you're part of this, not against it." And he was like, he was saying he's with the black community, but he's saying he can't leave his post in it of where he is. Obviously, and job in it, which I see his point in it, because in the army in it, the rules are different. If you leave your post in it, you get more trouble in it. But what he did was, instead he couldn't walk. Like, he said he walked down the street and come back, and she was like, that's not good enough. And the people around her were saying, let him do that, and at least walk down the street, walk back, because he wanted him to walk down the whole block in, like the whole.
No. He refused. The thing is with that, I've seen that clip here. Like, he refused to leave his post, so he's like, I can kneel down if you want.
So he refused. He said, I'm with you, but I can't leave my post because my job in it. Which is fair. And if you're in the army and you leave your post, that's called with AWOL in it. But he said, I can walk down the street with you. And walk back up with you in protest, and then that's when they came to the deal of they all kneel down together, and there was white army police officers, you have the black community all kneeling down, which I thought was good. Because even celebrities are involved as well, not sitting down at home watching it from afar.
Do you know something else I wanted to talk about as well was the whole Trump stance on this, and him saying something like when the looting, when you start looting, or something along the lines of when the looting starts, the shooting starts.
Shooting starts. Like, more shoot him.
Bro, like, I feel like I'm running out of words with this racist fucker, man. Like, I'm actually starting to run out of words.
And at first, I didn't think he could like surprise people anymore, but
yeah,
he did a good job surprising people things to come out with. And you know what is? From president, he loves Twitter, you know. Him and Twitter are best friends.
Yeah.
They just tweet everything.
Like,
that's found as racist, because everything tweets on it has a racist insight towards in it or something.
And he said something like, goes, yo, these thugs are ruining the memory, the honor of George Floyd. Bro, what do you mean the honor and memory of George Floyd? If those police didn't kill him,
the police were the one who ruined his memory by killing him. They could have
pulled
in here with the family.
The thing is, there's no memory, because it's not like he was an old man that kind of died, and then we're all sitting there remembering like his good times and everything. The police killed him, bro.
The only people remembering his good times, his memory, is just friends of family who knew him personally.
Not like he put it as if like they're ruining his memory and his honor.
And I'm saying the only person who say you ruin his memory and his family, everybody knows him. Trump has no right to say you ruin his honor from when you allowed him to be killed and not charged the people who did it.
No, the way he's putting it, like the way he's saying it, as in like George was like an old guy that died gracefully, and like we're now sitting back and honoring his life and all the good things like he did,
And I'm
like,
saying he
didn't
have the right on his life.
No, what I'm saying, he would have not died had it not been for this police. So stop saying people are ruining his honor. Like, you should be the president of the country.
I think people not ruining his honor, the more of respecting who he was as a black person in the community, and showing that even definitely we're still in this together, and regardless of being here or he passed away, the black community are still trying to work together for a better future, and which I think would be beautiful things, to be honest.
And then he started to started criticizing the Minnesota, the guy that looks after Minnesota, the whatever his name is now. Yeah. He started insulting him, saying, if you don't take control, we're going to do martial law, blah, 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 blah. And then set army on the roads, innit? And they're the ones using these fake rubber bullets to get people back inside the house and set curfews and whatnot. Have you seen the size of those bullets, man?
I was so damage. I seen a picture of one woman, all hair, and there's a big hole in her forehead.
Yeah.
From the rubber bullets. It's so dangerous.
Now, have you seen the size of them? They're like, people are posting them online that were about this big. Like, they're close enough to kill you or cause permanent damage, at least.
The girl has like a big hole right here. In the head, front of the bullet. I'm thinking, Trump made the Western South, and look at it this way. The police already messed up, killed so much of the black community for no reason. All right. Then you go and say, we're looting shots, the shooting starts in it. That's two. Then you go calling the army in it. Now, look at this way now. The army is supposed to serve and protect the country in it.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you have the army come to the city and try and stop people from doing peace protest? Then when somebody gets hurt during the protest, regardless of the army or the black community, it could be worse than, because now you're going to be up against the army plus the police plus Trump. So I think Trump's just really, I think he's just playing the game, what's not worth playing. If I was him, I'll just do what's right, do what needs to be done.
What I want to know is, like, you're doing the martial law thing and stopping black people's voice from being heard, Where was the army when people were coming out of the house just to protest because they didn't want to stay inside because of Corona? Where was the army then? He was saying they were good people that are just angry.
Yeah, so why can't be angry about this then?
Where is the martial law when the racists and the KKK and all these lot come out and march roads and come out with like rifles and shotguns. Well,
and the worst thing with those, they will sit there, they'll stand there on the street corner and watch them protest, they won't touch them, won't touch and bother them. When the black community wants to protest now, people in the war, you have everybody there ready to shoot someone or hurt someone. Why? What does black community have sort of that you have to come and target us, really? Like, what have we done to you, really?
The thing is, you know what, like, this is such an unfortunate thing, but this is something I feel like is going to spark a change, because I feel like everyone's just kind of had enough, man. Like, it's enough.
It's bad that George had to die, but at the same time, with him dying kind of sparked the movement of black people opening their eyes and realize, you know what, we need to make a stand for ourselves because nobody else will, which is true. Nobody has to make a stand for us unless we make a stand for ourselves, and when I see people protesting, going now, saying Black Lives Matter, and I think it's a good thing, because at some point in life, you can't keep repeating the same thing every day. At some stuff I have to give any, and the end result of what happens on that day.
I think it's like enough is enough in it, because like now it's like people have to start sticking together. Like, we need to start. If we need to march, we march. Like,
because also life is short, innit? You don't be walking down your road and mind your own business, going home or going to or somewhere, innit? Look over your shoulder, thinking, is it going to be me? Is it me? Am I get arrested? Is the police going to stop me? That's basically living life in fear of the police. That's why the black community doesn't really trust or talk to the police, if you think about it, because they think the police is not here for us. They're here for themselves, not for us.
It's this whole institutional racism, isn't it? Like, that's where it sparks from, and that's why the black people are not too fond of the police, because how they treat us. And but it's like,
I think it's fair.
No, I mean, one thing.
You bad. You expect them to respect you and listen to everything you say. That's not how life works.
Say that again, sorry.
You can't, like, the police can't hurt you, defect you, like, take your human rights away in it, then still want you to listen to them and do what they say. That's not how life works. To give and take, and you can't do something bad to me, then I feel good to you. No, that's not how it works, then.
I think, do you know what it is? I feel with this whole thing that's happening at the moment, is like, what it taught me personally is I started to a lot more now, starting to research on Black history, start researching on a lot more things that's happened, and get used to the case studies and everything else that's happened. It's taught me to start like,
history book, isn't it? Obama is like the first Black president.
Say that again, sorry?
Because I know what I was doing, and now seeing something in it, it said technically Obama wasn't the first Black president.
He wasn't technically the first.
No.
He was before.
There was a guy before him, but he's just not in the book, so.
Okay.
So I researched it, came up in it, and he showed another guy. He's like a light fair brown guy, but he's president for 3 years.
No, I mean,
so even that some stuff in the history books in it, it's not even in there, and black people have done the same amount or even more for the community or the world than the white people, in the sense of black people have achieved so much in it, but don't get recognition, but to get treated like trash. But without us in it, some stuff today you would have though.
Of the whole industry and everything, music industry, fashion industry, like the amount of black people has contributed. Black people have built this whole European and American society up. The railways, the buildings, like the thing is, like, we're fighting against a system and a justice system that wasn't made for us. Like, we wasn't part of this plan. We weren't meant to like be a part of this life. They brought us over here as slaves and didn't expect us to revolt and try to fight for justice.
You know what it is? They want us to do all our hard work or do that in it. After we've played our part in it, we get discarded. Nobody cares no more. We're worthless in it. But without us, though, some stuff that you wouldn't get. but after we played our part in it, of fixing it or building it or whatever, you get forced to the side and you get treated like trash and you get abused.
And that's why the people that start. Sorry?
But he wasn't living in a world, innit?
Yeah.
That you were targeted for your skin colour. Really.
That's why, these people that talk about, these people that jump out, I'm keeping an eye for them people that say, all lives matter. And people that bring up all other cases, like, because people are talking about Black Lives Matter, everyone else bringing up, well, what about this? Why don't we give our energy to this? This has been happening to this many people for how long?
I agree with that. I agree with that because what it is,
yeah.
when you come to people saying Black Lives Matter in it, for some reason, automatic to which somebody else can come and say all lives matter. I'm like, oh, okay, but I don't see half of you getting the treatment we get in it. And so when we were talk for ourselves about Black Lives Matter, ourselves, you want to come and say all lives matter. So if all lives matter, that means you should have stood up in it when the police were being brutalizing Black people in it. All lives matter. Don't say after.
Is, did all lives matter when George was being killed? Did all lives matter when that?
But then when they don't say all lives matter in it. I just think it's a defense mechanism. That's what to say in it. Yeah, but we get it too. I don't know, not what we do, you know.
That's
because
the thing is,
even
that
generation, like say your family, your mom's generation, and before her, mine, vice versa. And every century, years, whatever, every day, there's always some kind of racism. It's only now that there's social media now, and so the racism gets caught on camera, and they have no choice but to look at it. They can't brush it under the rug and say, "Nah, we see it." It's everywhere on social media.
Thing is, anyone that says all lives matter, let me just give you your how stupid you guys sound. Yeah, did all lives matter when George was being killed? Did all lives matter when Arbery was being killed as he was jogging innocently? Did Sandra Bland? Did all lives matter when Sandra Bland got killed by the hands of the police? Did any of that matter? Hold on. So just saying this, let me give you an example for you idiots here that say all lives matter when people say Black lives matter. Yeah? We're not saying that all lives don't matter because, of course, every single life does matter. But right now, what we're saying is Black people are being killed, so we need to give us more attention because clearly our lives don't matter. And all we're saying is that we matter too. All lives do matter, yes, but we matter too. Because we've been killed. We're being killed by racists for over 400 years.
And all it is when people say Black Lives Matter, it's more of we'll make a statement like saying we're here, you see us in it. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they don't. Because people are saying Black Lives Matter, like they're saying we're people too, we're here, we're humans, we're living too in it. It's not just all about you, all about everybody in it. But we have to be more vocal about our lives because nobody cares about our lives but Black people. Like if I see, because not all Black people, but like like some white people, whatever else in it.
Yeah.
But Black people care about Black people more life than more than anybody else's. Because if I see a Black person die, I'm thinking about police, I'm thinking, not again in it. But somebody sees Black person die who's white, they'll be like, another one. Then when we say police brutality, those same people want to come from nowhere and say, all lives matter. I go, no, it's like they're trying to take away our voice to speak and what we believe in. You get what I mean?
Fam, do you know, if you've just deeped it, yeah, the worst part of it is, like, we're fighting just to say that, fam, we're humans too. We're humans too. Like, that's all we're saying. We're humans. We bleed like you. We breathe like you. We walk like you. That's you know that when you deep it really bad, yeah, like, we're fighting just to say that we're just humans, just like you.
That's all we're saying. Well, if God says in life way, now you have to say it for people to hear you. It's not good enough no more when things seeing you. Now you got to make a stand. And now what I think is good, I keep protesting, keep doing what you're doing because without this protesting you would not have had those police officers convicted and charged with murder. So hopefully if we keep pushing later on, you'll get some sort of equal rights then, or some kind of backlash for when you're a police officer that's out of line for a black person. Because not every black person is a criminal, you know. The same way you have white people, black people, Asian. Not everyone's good, not everyone's bad, not everyone's a criminal.
The real criminals are these racists, man. And for anyone that didn't go to these protests, man, please don't feel like that you're not doing your part, because by sharing, by donating, by simply having conversations and educating people around you, and just not like standing up to like overt racism.
Me in it. I didn't go to the protest in Birmingham. I was at all in it. I didn't go in. But I don't. It's my thing is, if you don't go in it, that's cool in it. But if you're out on the road and you're walking about and hear somebody saying something in it about that community, what's not wrong, speak up in it.
Yeah.
Don't just off the side. Speak up and say no, what's wrong. So
that's the thing.
So back to the way of you helping, because you're saying people right about the situation. Hear somebody say something you don't like about black people. Even if you don't know them, stop saying it and say no, that's not right. Obviously, don't get a big debate on that, but stick up for the black community and that's a way of you showing that you support the black community as well.
Yeah.
No matter what color you are, if you like black community, like black culture, stick up for us, innit? Speak your mind.
And the most important thing is, don't feel the need to be educating those racists, like, because a lot of people are putting it as if like it's our duty to educate them. No, it's not our duty to educate anybody. Like, you should be educating. You should be educating yourself the same way we educate ourselves on our history and everything else. It's your duty to educate yourself as a racist and understand.
You know, black people, they're quite black people are good people, because most of us like know about where we come from, heritage, whatever else. But you do know, black people even know about different heritage, like white, Chinese, Indian, because we show interest. So I don't know why we get targeted for this. When we show interest in every African religion or faith or color or skin tone, but we're talking black people now, because black people actually do get along with everybody in the sense of we don't care what color you are, what skin you are. If we're friends,
Yeah.
That's it. That's the bottom line. But people don't see us like that, though, really.
Yeah.
Well, people don't see us like that. They see a person in a tracksuit and think you're a criminal. You could, your mum could say to you, can you go to shop for me? If you won't go and shop for your mum, nothing wrong, and end up a handcuff.
Thing is, I'm gonna get into a small little rant, so just give me 1 second in it. Let me get into a small little rant, It's not even a rant, but these are the things that we need to start implementing as like more as black people, and this time has actually taught a lot of us and opened our eyes a bit more, man. We need to start loving each other, one another a lot more. Not like when we see each other on road, rather than being intimidated by each other, like let's start embracing each other and not like feel more intimidated towards each other, man. Let's start. For anyone that says that they were out there that were chanting or even reposting saying Black Lives Matter, that we all matter, stop killing your brothers. Like stop banging off your gun at your ops fam. Stop fighting for these postcodes that don't give a fuck about you. Do you get me? Start embracing one another. Start educating yourself. Start like going out there and just doing the most you can. At the most, just try to educate yourself and learn more about where you come from, your heritage, and educate yourself, man. And let's start moving towards change, man. Let's start getting ourselves more in the legal system, because we're fighting against a system that wasn't built for us. We weren't meant to be in the system. So let's start making plans to get ourselves in these places. Whether you want to be a judge, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be anything, let's start all doing our part, because it's time for change, man. Because all our ancestors, we've done the protesting, we've done everything we could, but it's time to start putting in real change and implementing actual change. Because everyone talks about change, but not a lot of us know where this direction is heading. But one step at a time, I believe in. Let's start working towards it, because like this unfortunate situation has happened. Maybe this is the uncomfortable situation had to happen for us to start sticking together, because it shows how powerful we are as a unit when we come together. Like we can make a change that vibrates across the world. But for me, just to get onto my experience with going to the protest, man, like I'm not a person where like, when something happens, like, I'm more of, let me get the facts together. Let me see what happens. Let me get information before I just start coming out and just start saying stuff and posting stuff on social media. Like, so I took time, seen what happened, got as much information as I could. And obviously I heard the protest that was happening. So a lot of people would start coming out with stuff like, oh, I was wary of coronavirus, whatever, but it was at my doorstep and I felt like it was my duty to go because it's not like I was traveling quite out to go somewhere. But when I went, bro, let me tell you something here. Like, especially the people of Birmingham here, like, we demonstrated so well. Like, they've shown the meaning of, like, peaceful protesting. Because I feel like everyone's kind of marched together. Everyone, that, you know, were shouting no justice, no peace. They were shouting out George Floyd's name. And then there was a moment where, like, a lot of people were given a platform to speak and obviously talk about, like, how we're supposed to support each other, support black business, like, love one another, stop killing one another, stop feeling intimidated when you see another black person, because that's what the racist and this institution has taught us, like, to hate one another. Like, when you see another black man, to feel intimidated. And most importantly, like, have these conversations, man, because I've noticed time and time again, like, whenever you start to speak about anything black related or race related, everyone in the room starts to get uncomfortable. I don't know if you've noticed that as well. Like, we can talk about anything else, but when it starts to come to, like, race and anything else, like, people start to get uncomfortable and they don't want to.
I mean, I'm different. I know what you're saying, because if we're sitting there, when it comes to, like, the race talk, that talk, and it ever gets quite nervous.
Yeah.
I carry on talking. If you're going to feel nervous at your fault, then what it's a simple conversation.
And you might get, like, the trolls online and the racists that say, oh, but mate, it's all in your head, mate. All lives matter.
Those ones annoy me. It's like, just go out of the way just to piss people off and get a reaction. Then when they're trolling on the internet and the black community gets upset, gets annoyed and calls them out, they want to throw, oh, they're being aggressive, whatever. I'm thinking, no, you made us aggressive from the things you say. Because imagine if we said something about the white community, and like we treat them badly, whatever. You think they'll take it lying down, or do you think they'll say something and try and get back at you or get you arrested or hurt or whatever else?
No, definitely. And something I want to clarify as well is, like, this is not a whites versus black thing, man, because I feel like that's what I'm trying to clean up. Yes,
it's more minded people.
Yeah.
You have friends or what? I have friends or what? I love them all. They get me joking. Good company to be around. But it's a small majority of people who are racist toward black people. It's not everybody. Don't get around.
It's, you know what it is?
We're not born with it.
It's racist. Listen, it's racist versus black lives, black people. It's not white versus black, because there's a lot of white people that are advocating and showing a lot of love and supporting black people. So
the way I put it is racist people against human beings. That's what it is.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what it is.
100%.
Because nobody is born racist. You think a little 2-year-old or 3-year-old or whatever is going to be racist to somebody?
Something else I want to say. Yeah.
The only way they'll be racist if they're around somebody who says those kind of words, then they will repeat it. That's the only way. Thing, but you're not born with it. You're not born with it.
And you see these fashion brands and these companies that are putting out their these little PR statements, bro. Like, fuck this whole we stand with you, blah blah blah. I need to start seeing some fucking action. Start hiring black people. Start investing in black companies and black communities, because black people are the ones who are making you this money.
Mostly black businesses are a lot better than the ones that were out now.
Yeah.
To get like the more original, the more family-based kind of thing, more empowerment kind of thing. So all the big companies should actually embrace the black community as a fashion, music, whatever it may be in it.
No, it's like these fashion brands and music brands, black people have been putting like money in your pockets for years. That they made you rich. Yeah. So stop putting out these PSA statements, let's just start real action. I want to see what you've done, what you do next week. Forget this whole, well, we're standing with you. I need to start seeing what you're doing, where you investing your money into. Actions speak louder than words.
On a day-to-day basis. Because, okay, hip-hop, innit?
Yeah.
Everyone likes hip-hop, innit? Yeah. And where it originates from? The black community. So, it's like, they like having the black community as, like, let's say now. Okay, they like the black community lifestyle, but they don't want the hardship what comes with it. Like, they'll look, they will back eyelids, have a blind eye to it, but they want their culture, but we don't want the hardship, or they just don't want to pay attention to the hardship what we go through.
No, what they want to do is they want to take from black culture and be there when it's all lit and everyone's like doing things, yeah. But then when it's things that are happening to black people, they want to act like they want to turn around and be like, "Oh, I didn't see nothing."
I see that, I'm not sure, like. So you want to take it from us, but you don't want to give back though.
Yeah.
So you're telling us. That's the same thing racially. You want to take from me, but not give back.
Something else I want to say is, like, let's keep going. Let's just not stop let's not stop at all, but let's keep going until these men get convicted. Because right now they're just charged and
I think this will carry on for many years to come. So at least if whoever has is grown up now and at least it's a bit morbid, but when you pass away, at least you know your kids won't be targeted for racial crimes.
So what I'm urging people now is I'm gonna
you have to keep going because after we're gone, who's left? Our generation, and there's no point of us starting straight away. Years later, now starts again. Keep going, so that every generation of that community can live a happy life, and be worried, look over your shoulder, be scared about the police. And when you do the police, you're not hiding, thinking, "Oh, that's coming for me." That's what I think. So keep going. Every generation to come after us.
I just want to wrap up on this note, yeah. Like, let's not stop. Let's keep going and just keeping our foot in the gas here and just sign the petitions, like making sure that our voice is still being heard. Because right now they're just charged. They are not convicted. So as history tells us, yeah, like these white men know how to boss case and find ways to give them the smallest sentence. So
only thing if they do get a small sentence and they do come out in it, this right, forget protesting, people can start rioting properly. Like, because remember, at the moment, people are protesting at the same time for rioting. But if I was them, I'll convict them, give them that sentence, because if you don't end it, it's going to get worse.
No, that's what I'm saying. Let's not give up. And when these guys get convicted and get put away, and I hope the government makes an example out of them, let's start working towards actionable things that we can do to keep this going and not wait until they get convicted and then we just go back to normal things. Let's keep reposting. Let's keep having these conversations. Let's keep supporting one another and supporting the black business and investing in the black dollar. Yeah. And let's show these companies.
With Instagram, and like, when I pick me up about Instagram, social media, when I keep going on there and I'm seeing like kids in it reenacting George Floyd's death and that. Like, I think one picture of two white kids in it reenacting his death in it with one on the floor, his foot is in it, and the caption was brutality, and they were laughing and giggling in the picture. I think.
How they got arrested, innit?
Yeah, it's a bit sad because that was so distasteful. Like, I don't know what my thing is. What gives people in it the adrenaline, the rush in it, to mock somebody dying or mock a race? Like, what do you get out of it?
That's the thing, man. It's like, I didn't want to give them fuckers attention because they're just pure scumbags and they know what they're doing and they just want clout.
They need the attention in the sense of people know who they are, what they stand for, because people do this, they'll be like, yeah, fuck the community, whatever. behind closed doors now, thinking that fuck them, I don't really care really. So these people need to come to light, innit?
No, but
because
okay. But yeah, what I want to wrap up on, because I want to wrap up this podcast today, is like, let's keep doing what we're doing. Let's just not stop. Let's keep. I'll link the petition down below, and I'm gonna try to link the GoFundMe as well. Make sure that you keep doing what you're doing. Keep supporting. Let's keep putting actions in place to fight the system and get justice for George Floyd and all the other black men and women that got killed by these racist acts.
I think also, and this should give people the inspiration to carry on, because look what's happened, and we've got further than we have in previous years, and so this should give people that spark and say, yeah, I'm gonna carry on pushing for this.
So, with that being said, like, make sure that you keep watching our episodes, because we'll be talking more and more about this, and hopefully try bring in a bit more guests where we can have like a group discussion. And like I said, I've linked everything down below. Make sure you click on. Make sure that you're supporting. Make sure that you're proud of your skin. You're proud of being black. And for those that are supporting black people, thank you so much. And let's keep our foot on the gas, and let's not make this a trend that comes and goes. Let's not wait for the next tragedy to happen to make our voices heard. So I'm going to conclude this here today. Thank you so much for watching, and tune in next time. Thank you.